Yeah. So what is Wayspire? So Wayspire is a dedicated e-learning platform creating a community of lifelong learners, an e-learning platform with a goal of competence to students for the workforce and assisted in landing your desired job in university. So right now, what we have done is till now, 10,000 students we have trained, 6,000 students we have placed, and our mission is to train 1 lakh plus students by 2030. Today's mentor. So this session will be mentored by Ms. Abhinaya Anand, a design instructor with over 3+ years of professional experience. She has successfully led the end-to-end development of 2 digital products, steering them from initial concept to final launch. Her credentials include UI UX mentor at your one and only Wayspire, design instructor at Dayanand Sagar University, and UI UX designer at Seek Bangalore. Masters in UI UX from Triple IT Bangalore as well. So what you will learn today. So what UI UX really is why it's the future of digital platforms. Using research, user research, journey mapping, and design thinking. How to create wireframes and interactive prototypes, visual design, basics, layout, spacing, tools, and typos. Real projects, workflow used by top designers, popular tools and overview, Figma, Adobe, XD, etc. Portfolio tips for internship and job roles. So from now, we will be sharing the attendance link and there will be special announcement at the end of the workshop. So kindly stay at the end. So now Abhinaya ma'am will take over. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Abhinaya, and I'm currently working as a UX design faculty at Dayanand Sagar University and have over 4 years of experience in the design industry. So today we're here just to, okay, let's not make this very formal and boring, right? First of all, thank you all for attending this session on a Sunday afternoon. So let's make this fun and more, what do I say? Conversation like, right? Let's not make this like a class or something. So, how many of you are from a design background? How many of you are students? Can you just give me a thumbs up? How many of you are from a design or design related background here? Okay, nice. All right. So, yeah. So this is a question for all of you here. What is UX design? User experience design. Okay, that is the full form. But what is it according to you? What do you understand by UX design? Yeah, so anyone, what do you understand by user experience?
Ma'am, can you audible? Can I hear? Can I hear you? Hear ma'am?
Yeah, I can hear you. Tarun?
Yeah. My name is
Yeah,
Tarun.
go.
Actually,
Yes, go on.
I'm a second year student.
Okay.
I don't know about UI UX. I wanted to take full stack development, and I am very passionate about creating websites. So I
Okay.
joined this website workshop actually.
Okay. So something you must be knowing, right? What do you understand? UI, UX. Okay, how many of you think it's just making pretty screens, adding colors, icons? How many of you think it's just to make a screen look nice? Website or app screen? How many of
Good,
you think it's like decoration? You just make it look
good
nice.
afternoon, ma'am.
Yes, Prerna. Yes.
Yes, ma'am. UI UX used in designing a web page in
Mm-hmm.
front and back end,
Okay.
designing the front page attractive and something.
Okay.
Yes, yes.
Okay. Next, anyone else? I saw some of them raising hands.
Hello, ma'am.
Yes.
I think it's used for creating web pages.
Okay. What else? Only web pages, that's all?
No product designs and adding colors, etc.
Okay. All right. Anyone else?
Ma'am, myself Sagar, ma'am.
Mm-hmm.
Ma'am, it
Yes,
is
Sagar.
a kind of That back-end web page design, ma'am. That of
Back-end design,
yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
designing of the back-end. Okay. Anyone else?
Hello, ma'am.
Yes.
Myself, Ritika.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I think UX is like how the user interact with the web pages and mobile screens. Overall experience of users.
Okay. So it's how the user interacts, you're saying.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Okay. So lot of mixed answers. Interesting, very interesting answers, right? So user experience design, right? When we say UX design or user experience design, there are many areas that come into consideration. Okay, so there are 5 steps in the UX design process, but let's not go into all of that too much in detail today and make it boring, right? So there are 5 steps. The first step is empathize, then you define, that is step 2. Then step 3 is ideate, right? Creating ideas. Step 4 is prototype. Prototype is nothing but a working model of your design. Okay, so you have not got into front end and back end and all of that, but you are just creating a model of your design to understand how it will work, how the user's experience is going to be. That is step 4 in your design process. And the last step is just testing and launching your design. Okay, so the entire UX design process can be divided into these 5 steps. Okay, so the first step was empathize. Means what? First of all, to understand the user. That is the first step in our design process. Okay, now how many of you watch movies? How many of us watch movies here? Yes, almost all of us. Oh, so many hand raising and thumbs up and all. Yes, almost all of us watch movies, right? Now, in a movie, what happens? There is a hero, there is a villain, right? And there is one action sequence, then there is one heroine, right? You have some songs, then some, thrilling chasing, car chasing is there, and then there is one villain who's bad, right? So how is a movie? It is a story around the hero, or there is a, if not a hero, there is a main character, correct, around which some story is happening. The hero will go there, he will fight with someone, something. Okay, so there is a main character or a hero character around which the story is happening. This is what happens in a movie, correct? Similarly, we can compare our design process also to a movie. Okay, and who's the hero in our process? It's the user. Okay, so understanding the user's needs, the user's difficulties, the user's thoughts and behavior is very important in a UX design process. Okay, so given this is how the UX design process is, the 5 steps that we discussed, it is very important to understand the user's needs and then get into designing, coming up with ideas, creating many design options and all that comes after we understand the user completely. Okay, so that is about UX design and the core subject as such. Okay, but just give me a minute. Going into, okay, so how many of you want to take up UX design? How many of you are thinking of taking up UX design as a career, or you want to do something around this? Yes. Is my screen visible?
Yes, ma'am, it's visible.
Yes.
Yes,
Yes.
ma'am.
Okay. So just coming to the career and growth part of it, right? If I take up UX, so we've got a rough idea of what UX is all about, how the design process is. Okay, but coming to your real job market, what happens if you take UX as a career and all of this, right? So here you can see the hard skills and the soft skills that you will need for becoming a successful UX designer. But again, don't get tensed or worried looking at all this, right? As a part of the Wayspire curriculum, we do handle all of this. Okay, so just look at your screens right now. Figma, InVision, Zeppelin, the hard skills are basically softwares and technical skills that you will need to learn and develop to become successful as a designer, right?
Excuse me, ma'am. Students, kindly keep
Yes.
yourself unmute. Keep yourself mute. If you want to unmute to ask a question, then you can unmute yourself. But till then, keep yourself mute, please.
Yes. So these are the softwares and the technical skills that you will need to become a successful UX designer, right? Now, what about the skills on the right side? Communication, problem solving, time management. What about all this? So these are also important skills to um, become successful in your UX career. Okay, because as I've mentioned in the slide, career is not something that you do for 1 or 2 years like a degree or like a course. It is an important part of your life which spans for about 30 to 40 years or at least 20 to 30 years. Okay, so you cannot become excellent within 2 months, within 4 months. No, it is with time that you will gain the expertise. Okay, but what are the skills that you need to develop? Okay, with time you will improve, but what do you need to improve? Right? So, just knowing the softwares will not be enough, but you also need to have the soft skills identify a user's problem and think of solutions. Okay, so UX design as a career is not just about knowing the softwares and creating designs, but it is also focusing on these areas which will help you understand your users better, as well as what can I say, explain and sell your ideas better. Okay, so I'll just move. Yes, common misconceptions about UX design. So many of us think that coding is a must to become a UX designer. Not at all, right? Even without coding knowledge or even with just basic understanding of coding, you can become a very successful UX designer. And one small secret I would like to share here is that I myself don't know full, what do I say, full level of coding, right? I understand now after 4 or 5 years of experience, now I understand a very basic level of coding. Yet, I would say I have a successful career as a UX designer. Okay, so those of you who don't come from a computer science background or who don't understand coding, don't worry. It is very much possible for you all also to become good and excellent UX designers. Okay, so next, UX design is a career option. High salaries for freshers. This is another misunderstanding that many of us have. Okay, so given UX is a growing field, Yes, there is a lot of opportunity out there, and given the field is growing, those of you who take up this field as a career option will grow along with the field, right? And there are like a lot of data points. If you check on Google and all that, by 2030 so many million opportunities for UX designers, so many $1 million are going to get invested for UX design. All of these data points you can get. Okay, let's not go into the numbers and make it boring, right? But again, there are many misconceptions also, that starting salary for UX designers is 1 lakh per month, 2 lakhs per month, and many false information like this, right? The maximum salary offered to a UX designer today, as of 2025 November, right? Maximum, even if you're from a top college, you're a gold medalist, whatever it is, the maximum for a fresher offered can be 40 to 45,000. Okay, so anything above that, you need to check if it is true information, right? Given many of you are college students, you must be looking for internships, or you might be freshers just going out into the job market, right? So be careful. Don't what do I say, don't get trapped by any false information. Always do your background check. So anywhere, the salary for freshers will range anywhere between 25,000 minimum to 45,000. Okay, that is the maximum. So this 1 lakh per month, 2 lakhs per month and all is false information. The salary for UX designers grows with years of experience, and like I said, as the field is a growing field, we designers will also grow along with the field. Okay, but just as freshers stepping out, our salaries are not that high also, right? Hope this is clear. Next, it is possible to learn UX design in less than 3 months. It is possible to learn the hard skills, right? The softwares that we saw, right? With continuous practice, every day, 4 hours, 5 hours, if you're practicing, it is possible to learn these softwares. That too, not all of them. Maybe 1 or 2 softwares you can become very comfortable, and you can work very fast using these softwares in 1 or 2 months with regular practice. Okay, but becoming an expert designer will take a minimum of 1 year and 2 to 3 real projects for you to even get a basic understanding of how a UX project goes from the concept level till becoming live on a Play Store or App Store, whatever it is. Right? Yes? Any questions? Somebody has a question? Any questions till here?
Ma'am,
Guys, you can unmute yourself and ask the questions one by one.
ma'am, hello.
Yes.
Ma'am, point number, explain once, point number 3.
Point number 3.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So I'm saying you can learn the softwares that you can design. You can design, create UX design screens and all that using certain softwares, correct? So those you can learn and gain expertise in less than 3 months. But to become a good, successful UX designer, it will take minimum 1 year and 2 to 3 projects, after which you will actually um, become an excellent, successful designer. Okay, so anybody telling you like a 2 months crash course, become an expert in 1 month and all, is again false information. It takes time and experience to become successful and gain that expertise. Okay, it's not like a shortcut or a quick selling thing. Sure, with regular practice, you can master the softwares, But like we saw in the previous slide, your communication, your problem solving, time management, all of these skills also need to develop for you to overall become a good designer. Okay, so for these skills also to develop, even if you pick up the softwares in 1 or 2 months, for all these skills also to develop and for you to become a successful, excellent UX designer, it will take 2 to 3 projects or at least 1 to 2 years to get that expertise. Is it clear? Anybody else? Any other questions? Can we continue?
Ma'am,
Yes.
ma'am, wouldn't AI replace it?
Okay. Very interesting. How many of you have this question? Will AI replace me?
Yes, ma'am, I have also this question.
You also have? Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Many of us have?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Yes. So many are raising hands. Will AI replace you? Okay. One basic question I want to ask, right? When you design, let's say we're designing an app or a website. Okay, let's say I'm designing an app. Okay, now I'm designing what is one common app that most of us use? Can I take Swiggy as an example?
Ma'am,
Food ordering.
ma'am, Flipkart.
Flipkart, okay. Flipkart, Amazon, online shopping. Can I take that as an example?
Yes,
Yes.
ma'am.
How many of us do online shopping through apps? Flipkart, Myntra, Amazon, whatever it is. You buy something through an app. Yes, most of us do this. Right. So let's say I'm designing an Amazon. Okay, I'm creating one shopping app. Animation and
बहुत पहले बना हुआ था यहाँ
graphics and all that. There are other softwares wherein in depth you can create like
पिछली
characters,
बार तो यहाँ बना हुआ था जब
movement and
पिछली
all
बार
that.
इवेंट हुआ था
Okay, so
ये गली
that
अब
is
खुली
not
है
related to.
ये वाली गली और मैंने एक आदमी घर किया था ना गाँव थोड़ा सा टेरा सा हाँ वो उनका ही मकान था यहाँ पे वो तो बहुत साल पहले टूट गया था हो गए कितने मेरे 6 साल हो गए ना
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, you can. Yeah, we can hear you, ma'am.
Yeah, okay.
Students,
So
kindly
yeah,
unmute yourself. Sorry, kindly mute yourself if you don't have any questions to ask.
yes.
You can
So if
continue,
you
ma'am.
want to go into animation in depth, that is like a different field, Tarun. This is more about app and website design. The user experience design. We are focusing more on the users here and creating apps and websites, and we are designing the experience for the users. Okay, animation and VFX, like graphics, is a different field totally, and there are like other softwares like Maya and what else, Unity, Blender, and there are many other softwares which is not related to user experience or what we are discussing as of now. Okay. Yes. Any other questions? Any doubts? Yes. What is a portfolio now? Resume is our professional profile, right? Where we studied, where we worked, all this. What is a portfolio? So a
Portfolio is a work of
portfolio,
collection.
yes, correct. Very good. Is a collection of your works. So as a designer, we cannot show marks, or I cannot say um, in app design I got 90 out of 100. In web design I got only 40 out of 100. No. Marks or grades cannot measure design or how good a design is. Okay, if it's maths or physics, yeah, you can say, oh, maths I got 100 out of 100. Oh, physics I got 20 out of 100, something. Okay, so those type of subjects we can measure using marks and numbers like that, percentage. I got 40%, I got 90%, like that. But design is more of a subjective topic. What is subjective? Now, if I make a design, right? 5 people will like it, 5 people will not like it. So, what is the benchmark? How are we going to evaluate this? Should I, just because 5 people like it, should I say my design is excellent? Or because 5 people don't like it, should I say my design is not good? On what basis are we going to evaluate our designs? Right? So design is subjective. Okay. Like I said, 5 people might like, 5 people might not like, right? It is difficult that way. Okay. You cannot impress or you cannot make everyone like your design. Similarly, however bad your design may be, everyone will not hate it. There will be at least some 5 people who will like your design also. Right. So coming back to the topic, what is a portfolio? It's a collection of your works. So as a designer, like I said, marks or numbers cannot evaluate our designs. So we have to make a presentation. We have to present our designs in a job interview saying, this is the idea that I had, this is the design I have created, and these kind of colors I've used, and this is the final design that I have come up with. Okay, now again, coming back to our online shopping example, let's say I'm designing some online shopping app. Okay, so how will you show that in your portfolio? So I'll say I wanted to create an online shopping app, and my target was to make it for college students. Okay, so budget friendly options are there, some recommendations are there, and so overall this is how I've designed my app. And because it's for college students, I've used some bright catchy colors to make it interesting for them. And finally this is how my app looks, like that. Okay, so whatever designs you are creating, whatever work you are doing, how you're presenting it is what your portfolio is. Is this clear? So resume is your professional profile with education, previous experience, job and all this. But portfolio is a collection of your works, work samples. What all work have you done? Can you show me? Okay, in previous company you worked for 5 years. What work have you done there? Okay, I created this app. I created this website. Like that. Okay, showing your work, presentation of your work is a portfolio. Okay, then yes, coming to point number 2, networking. So how many of you are there on LinkedIn?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Okay. Yes, many of us, most of us are there on LinkedIn.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Yes.
ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
So
Yes,
what do you do on LinkedIn? You have created your profile, but what have you joined it for?
ma'am. It is for business and job organization purpose, ma'am.
Yes, you job organization purpose and all this. You can
Networking.
apply for
For maintaining
jobs,
professional relationships.
professional relationships, very good networking. Yes.
Ma'am,
So if you, yes, yes, go
to
on.
make the ID professional.
To make your profile and ID professional, correct?
Uh, yeah,
Yes,
through certificates and my work experience.
experience, and you can add your work and all of this also on
Yeah.
your LinkedIn profile. Okay,
Yes,
it's a
ma'am.
professional platform. Yes. Now, what do we mean by networking? Okay, you are creating your profile, you are doing certifications, you are saying, I have achieved this, I have achieved that, I have got a promotion, I have worked for 5 years in this company, all of this. But it's not just about that. You can connect with other professionals as well. Okay, now give me some top companies name. Let's take Google. Suppose we want any of us, right? We want to become a UX designer in Google. Okay, now there will be like some 1,000 lakhs of people applying, correct? So why should they select my profile? There are like some lakhs of people more, right? So why should they select our profile? And how do you know? Do you think someone will sit and look at some 10 lakh profiles? No, it's not possible and it's not happening either. So what can we do? We can connect with somebody in that firm, in that company. Now, if we are taking Google for an example, you can connect with somebody who is already working in Google, maybe, right? And you can say, I'm Abhinaya, I've worked on these projects, right? And I have so much experience. Currently, I'm working on this project. Please, can you see my work? And there is a UX designer opportunity in your company. Okay, and see my works. If you feel it is good, please refer me to the job. Something like that. You network, you connect with other professionals. Okay, and why are we doing this again? Because the UX job market is very crowded as it is. So these are some strategies to get recognized, or for a job for 10 lakh people applying, right? Maybe if you can network with someone, if you can connect with someone, maybe they will be able to get you an interview or at least get your profile to the hiring team. Okay, as it is one among the 10 lakh, if you are one among the 10 lakh, there is a chance your profile is not even going to be looked at. Correct? But if you network, if you manage to make a connection, talk to someone, explain your work to them, then there is a possibility.
Guys, you can ask a question one by one.
Ma'am,
Yes.
how can I start learning my design?
How can you?
Start learning UI design.
How can you start learning UI UX?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. So, Sonali, right? What do you do, Sonali? Are you working currently? What are you doing right now?
I'm a first year student.
First year student? Okay, very good. So you want to start learning UI UX? See, there are many free resources, tutorials, all of that available online. Okay, and now you have AI tools and all of this. Okay, so just read about UX design, see if you find it interesting. Okay, so do your research. It should not be like, for anyone who has this question, how do I start? Where should I start if I want to get in? Okay, so first of all, read. Okay, online you have many resources, all of this. Read and understand what UX design is about, what kind of softwares are used, how is the design process. Read and understand all of this and see if it interests you. Okay, it should not be like you join or you get into it and then you're like, oh, I shouldn't even have joined. What is this nonsense? I can't understand. It should not become like that. Okay, so do your thorough research, see if you find it interesting. If you're finding it interesting and you know really want to get in and make a career out of this, sure, it's always better to join classes than looking at free resources or recorded sessions, something like that. I personally would recommend joining classes, and I'm not saying this because I was with Wayspire earlier, right? But I think Wayspire is doing a fantastic job that way, making students job ready, really, without giving all these false promises. In 1 month, we'll make you an expert, and without giving like false promises like that. I think Wayspire is doing a phenomenal job here. So joining any live classes like this, right, wherein they give you the learning modules and you attend live classes with mentors, and you have assignments to do, right? You have practice sessions, and you are as a part of your course, you are made to work on projects, you are made to create apps, you are asked to create websites as a part of the coursework itself, right? And within maybe 4 to 6 months you have an entire portfolio ready. Okay, and I think Wayspire is offering that, wherein you have 3 projects, if I'm not wrong, 2 or 3 projects as a part of the coursework, which you can include in your portfolio and start applying for jobs. And I think they also train you for interviews, and you have mock interviews wherein you can practice explaining your projects and all of this. Okay, so I personally would recommend doing your research. uh, See if UX design interests you, see if you want to take it up as a career. And yes, if you are ready to take it up, if you do really find it interesting, Wayspire is offering what you really need, right? So that is what I would recommend, because see, you can take the free courses, recorded lessons and all of this, but this interaction, asking your doubts, and some mentor giving you an activity, making you do it in class, discussing and giving you the feedback, right? If you're doing something wrong, or what do I say, if you're doing something which is not a good design, there is no right or wrong in design. Okay, so if you're doing something which is not a good design, if you have a mentor, if you have a trainer, they are going to give you the feedback then and there. They are going to tell you how you can improve then and there, which you may not get in a recorded session or a tutorial video, right? So if you are already in a design field and you're just looking to improve a little bit, or just brush up your skills or something like that, I think for such candidates free tutorials and all may work. But for someone like Sonali or anybody who is totally new to UX design, who wants to make a career out of this, I would personally suggest you go for a live session, live course like this, with coursework as well as assignments and projects that make you. It's not only a course that you're studying for a certificate, but it's also making you job ready. It's also making you ready for a UX designer job in the real market, real world, in a real company. Okay, so I would personally recommend taking on a course that makes you job ready, and I would personally recommend Wayspire. They, the kind of coursework and the practice interviews and all of that is also one of the best that I've seen so far. Wayspire is a design. Okay, there are some doubts coming in the chat box. Anybody else? Any questions? Anything that you have? Okay, now this is becoming lecture. It's becoming quite boring. So let's do a quick activity for the next 30 minutes or so, maybe. Okay, but yes, any other doubts? We'll wind this up in the next 5 or 10 minutes. Guys, any other questions? Anybody, anything?
Hello, ma'am.
Yes.
Ma'am, myself, Rutuja, and I want
Yes,
to
Ritika.
ask if, as you are experienced and you are in that career of UI UX, so can we get a demo session like this only, where you will explain your project so that we can get an idea that yes, also we will
Ma'am,
get an
clearly
idea that
नहीं
we
दिख रहा.
should enroll in the course and whatever.
See, but I can like show you my work, whatever the screens that I showed you. I can just show you maybe one project, how the final outcome is, but I
Yeah.
cannot show you in detail, Rituja, because it is owned by the company, and those details, like what was the design process, what we did, and all, I can just explain, but those
मैम स्क्रीन
details
पूरा ब्लैक दिख रहा है.
I'm not sharing anything right now, Vinayak. It's
Okay, okay.
blank. It is blank. Okay. Yes, Rituja. So those details I cannot show. It is owned by the companies, and it's not something that I can disclose. But yeah, the final output, the prototype, I can just show you as a demonstration.
Okay, ma'am, fine. Like I was
Okay.
asking
Yeah.
if there is any workshop for Figma, like 1 day, 2 day, so that we will get a clear idea, like how
We
we should
can
start.
we can have that, no?
Yeah.
Aryan, Anurag, we can have a Figma workshop,
Yeah,
right?
sure, ma'am. In the
Yeah, yeah,
upcoming
yeah.
days, we'll arrange the Figma
Yes,
workshop as
yes.
well for the
Yes,
candidates.
as a part of your course, I think you have that also, Rutuja. Your course will teach Figma, and even we'll have like a marathon. We'll have on Saturday and Sunday. You'll be given a task on Saturday, and you can work on it for 2 days, and by Sunday afternoon or evening, you can submit. It'll be like a
Okay, ma'am.
Figma session. We can have that. Yes, it is in the plan. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
How did I get into this career? Where did I start? Good question. So, by qualification, I did my undergrads in architectural design, right? And I worked as an interior designer for 1 year. After which, I started exploring pretty much, like you all, right? I got into this just out of curiosity, right? And started exploring and Wayspire and started teaching for about an year. And currently, I'm working full time as a design faculty in Dayanand Sagar University in Bangalore. And just again, like just to improve and enhance my skills and go more in depth, I also completed a 6 months master's certification from Triple IT in Bangalore. Okay. Any other questions, guys? Okay, there are some questions in the chat box, but honestly didn't learn anything. Okay, for those of you who are not finding it useful, you're more than welcome to walk out and enjoy your Sunday afternoon, right? Nobody is forcing you to stay here. Yes, will UI UX and AI, UI UX, will AI take UI UX? I think I've already answered this question. Our career, as of now, with the current version of AI, our career is safe. Any other questions? Can we go into the activity?
Now we can start with the activity.
Activity, yes. So, what I want you all to do right now is create a mood board. Okay, so what do you consider a good design? Right, you can search on Google, you can go into Pinterest, right? You can also look at projects on Behance and Dribble. Okay, I've put up two sites in the chat box, right? You can look at, there are many UX projects, UX portfolios that many designers have posted, right? You can look at these websites, you can search on Google, whatever it is. And I would like you all to put up 5 images. It can be an app screen, it can be a website screen, right? It can be a dashboard, anything. Put up 5 images in a slide, maybe a PPT or a Canvas slide, right? Whichever tool, or it can even be a Word file, right? Whichever tool you are comfortable with, right? What according to you is a good design, or what looks like a good design to you? Come, just search, explore, check out these 2 sites that I have put up in the chat box, and come up with 5 images which you think is a good design. Okay, you have the next 30 minutes to do this. Okay, so yes, start putting this up in your PPT or Canvas slide, right? So I'll see you all at 1:50 after 30 minutes. Okay? Okay, students, so am I audible? Yes. Okay, so I think this as an activity, we can do it after the session, right? You can continue with the activity after the session. So any doubts, any questions that you all have about UX design on the technical side, anything about the skills, softwares, any questions? We have about 25 minutes left, right? So we can have like a Q&A. Any questions, anything that you want to ask, we can discuss. No? No questions?
Hello.
Yes.
Ma'am, which skills do you exactly need?
Which skills? Your voice is breaking, Zainab, right? Your voice is breaking. Which skills?
Ma'am, which skills exactly?
Hello, ma'am. Good afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon, Sagar.
Ma'am,
Yes.
what skill required to become an UX UI design?
UI UX designer. See, mainly you will have to learn Figma. Okay, so for those of you who are not sure, Figma is an online tool. It's not, you don't have to install, or you don't need a very high end computer or something, right? Just a good functioning laptop with a stable internet connection is more than enough. Okay, and Figma is a very good and widely used software for UI and UX design. And even the sample screen that I showed you is created very much on Figma and only using Figma, right? So those of you who might be worried about the cost, or installing, or thinking like, I don't have a very high-end laptop, I don't have graphics card, my memory is less, whoever has such concerns, also nothing to worry. You just need a normal functioning, your laptop has to function properly, like mouse, keyboard and all, proper functioning laptop with a proper stable internet connection is all you will need for Figma to work well. And gaining expertise, practicing Figma and knowing Figma in and out is very important and is 70 to 80% required for a successful UX design career. For you to be a successful UX designer, that is from a software point of view. And like I said, your communication skills, how you present your project, right? It can be presenting to customers, it can be presenting to your seniors, managers, team leaders, like that, right? Or if you become the team leader, you have to explain the project to your juniors, interns, junior designers, right? So explaining the project, communicating the ideas, right? Explaining the ideas clearly, very well to your colleagues, right? And problem solving, identifying the problem of the user and trying to solve it through an app or a website that you could create, right? Such skills are also very important to become a good and successful UX designer. Any other questions? Anybody else? Any other questions?
Students, you can unmute yourself and you can ask these questions one by one.
I see some of you raising hands.
Priyanka Bhaskar.
Yes, Priyanka.
Ma'am, in which academy did you learn UI UX from?
Which academy?
Or where did you learn starting?
See, I did my undergraduation itself in a design field. Okay, and I also worked as an interior designer. So I was not a part of any academy as such. But because my degree itself was a design field, I just needed some help to sort of understand how UX design works and to start getting into user experience design. Okay, so I was not a part of any academy, but I used online resources initially. But I realized that that was not sufficient, which is why I did a master's certification from IIT in Bangalore. So if you would want me to name an institute and what you studied and all, yeah, I did a certification in UX design from IIT in Bangalore. Okay. Anything else? Any other questions? Okay, I have a question for you all. Right? Now, let me give you an example. Okay, now I'm Abhinaya. Okay, I'm from a certain place. My language, I know certain languages. I have studied a particular, I have studied in a particular school. I have studied in a particular college. Right, I have completed some degree. I have worked in some company. I have worked, again, I've done some course in this. I have worked on some other projects. Okay, now similarly, other students, right, who spoke to me now. There was a Priyanka right? Zainab is there, Sagar is there, right? Rutuja spoke to us, right? Now, many other students like this, you all may be from a different part of India. You may be knowing different languages. So you may be studying some other course. You may have done school somewhere else. Right? Now, we all are so different in terms of our education, in terms of our skills, right? In terms of our background, in terms of where we grew up, what our habits are, how our thoughts are, all of this. But still, all of us have some likes in common. Okay, before going into this, how many of us use WhatsApp here? Can you show a raise of hands or thumbs up? How many of us use WhatsApp? Yes, most of us. Oh, almost all of us. Right, all of us use WhatsApp. Do we find it easy? Is it very difficult to understand WhatsApp and all? Or you find it easy to message your friends? Yes? Right? And tell me one thing. When you started using WhatsApp, okay, each of you just think of this. When you started using WhatsApp, okay, you might have found some things confusing. You might have not understood some things. Hey, what does this button do? What does this option do? Something, some confusion you might have. But did somebody teach you? Hey, WhatsApp, okay, so this is how you add a contact. This is how you send a message to your friend. This is how you add a profile photo. Did somebody sit down and teach you all this? No? No? How many of us were not taught? How many of us learnt on our own to use WhatsApp? Yes, something. You got confused or you learnt something, we figured out on our own. Right? How do you use WhatsApp? How do you set profile photo? How do you send a message to your friend? All this we learnt, somewhat we learnt on our own. Nobody taught us how to do and all. Correct? Now, coming back to the first part that I was talking about. I'm from somewhere. You all are from somewhere. Right? You know different languages. You studied in a different school. You are studying in a different college. You have worked in some other company. Right? So, as a background, as a skill set, we are all so different. We know different languages, we have studied in different schools, worked in different jobs, right? But we all are finding WhatsApp easy to use. How is that possible? How is that possible? Is this something you have thought of, any of you?
Guys, you can answer, ma'am.
Ma'am, can I?
Yes, sure. Vidhi, yes?
Ma'am, it's my personal thought, so please judge me. Basically,
Sure, sure.
जैसे रेगुलरली हम कोई भी चीज़ को चलाते हैं तो ऑफ कोर्स हम मतलब जो डिस्प्लेस जो बटन शोज होती हैं जो भी है उसको क्लिक करके देखते हैं सो देन वी गेट टू नो कि व्हाट शुड वी डू नेक्स्ट सो मतलब बेसिकली आ जाता है मतलब ग्रेजुअली सीख जाते हैं
ओके सो ग्रेजुअली सीख जाते हैं आ जाता है ओके बट देयर वाज अ फर्स्ट डे दैट यू यूज्ड व्हाट्सएप
Yes, ma'am. It's very confusing in first day, of course.
Of course, okay. But nobody taught you, right? Okay, you
Yes,
got
ma'am.
confused. You didn't understand some things. ठीक है, but you were not taught. You were not, nobody sat you down and explained, hey, see, Vidhi, you have to click this. You have to send this. Nobody said. You learnt on your own. And all of us have. Right? At least in this call, now there are more than 200 people. Let's leave everybody else. All of us in this meeting right? From varied backgrounds, varied skill sets, right? All of us, most of us at least, have managed to use WhatsApp and find it easy. Okay, now my next question is, we are going to become user experience designers, all of us. Okay. Okay, see, it's your choice. You might be thinking, you might be interested but not sure, whatever it is. As of now, for this next 10 minutes, I'm going to assume that we all are going to become user experience designers. Okay, and our users again are going to be so different. So when you say user experience designer, right, we are designing the experience. Now, how can you design an experience? Now, I might like some color, you all might like different colors, you all might find something easy, I might find it difficult, right? So when it is so varying, right, now maybe you all know certain languages, I know a different set of languages, right? So when you have such varied skills and all of this background, where you grew up, all of this, how, again, as designers, how are we going to design how the user experiences our app? How is the user's experience going to be? That will vary literally from person to person. It's going to change, correct? Any app that you take, for each user, the experience is going to change depending on their skills, depending on their thoughts, depending on their background, depending on their behavior. So, are we going to design one app for one user? Is that what we are going to do?
No, ma'am.
No? Okay, but how are we going to design the experience then? User experience designer, UX designer. Yeah, we have a very nice name for ourselves. But if each person's experience is going to be different based on their background and their profile, how are we going to design? It's not possible to design for each person separately. So what are we going to do?
Ma'am, for that we have to create some database for all the employees so that it would be easy to design that.
Not employees, Sagar. See, within a company, you can do that. You can create one database for all the employees, and based on company rules, you can create all that. Okay, if you're doing it for a company. Now, let's go back to our online shopping example. Right? Somebody from Bangalore will also buy, somebody from Delhi will also buy, somebody from Rajasthan may also buy, right? Somebody from Kerala or Chennai, down south, they will also buy, right? What database can you create for so many varied users? That is also not possible. How will you design then? How are you going to design the experience for such varied users?
Ma'am, maybe we can use human psychology.
Human psychology? That's a good point. Very good. Whatever it is, Delhi, Bombay, right? English, Hindi, Kannada, Tamil, whatever language you know, whatever place you are from, whatever it is, ultimately the user is a human. So some basic human psychology you can use to design. Okay, what else?
I think we will observe the common things from the users, then we
Common things. In some cases, apart from the fact that they are human, nothing will be common. What will you do in such a case? Now, take an example like Google or some global company like that, Google Maps, right? Somebody in US is also using, somebody in Africa is also using, somebody here in Delhi is also using, somebody here in Bombay is using, right? So what about global apps like that? So there might be nothing common between me and somebody in Africa. What will you do then? Yes, have you all thought of it in this way? When you say user experience designer, I'm going to design the experience for my users. Have you thought that each user will experience your app or your design in a different way? So, how am I going to create a good experience? See, we all want to be good designers, right? Nobody wants to say, I'm a useless UX designer. Nobody wants to say that. We all want to be a good UX designer. We all want to create good experiences for our users. Correct? So, how are we going to do that? Think. Yes, what we are saying, what we are thinking about is correct. We cannot design the experience for each user. And yes, it is going to be different for each user. How each user experiences your design will be different. It is a fact. Okay, it is a true fact that each user will experience it in a different way. So, what we as designers are going to do is design how the system responds. Means what? So, when you're designing an app, when you're designing a website, right, you cannot change or influence the way a user experiences. Okay, but you can design, you can influence the way your product or your app, or when I say product, I mean the app or website that the user is using. Okay, so you can modify the way your product responds to the user. That is what we are doing in UX design. Is this clear? So when they tap on this button, it goes into the menu. When they tap on this option, some filters open up, right? When they click on OK, it goes into the payment page. Right, pretty much in your shopping apps and all, once you select the product, it goes into a payment page. Correct? So something like that. Okay, so we are going to design how the product, how the app or the website reacts to the user. Okay, we cannot design the user's experience, but we are going to design how the system responds to the user, which will make it easy or difficult for the user to use. And yes, like you all said, based on user psychology, based on what is common between the users, we are going to design how the system responds. And like I said, we will try to make it easy and simple for the user so that the overall experience for the user becomes good. So we are not designing the experience for the user, but we are designing the system's response in such a way that the user's experience becomes good. Is this clear? Is this clear? Any questions, guys? So if somebody asks you, user experience UX designer, what do you do? Right? How will you design for so many people? How will your app be understood by so many people? If somebody asks you that, you can answer confidently now. Right? Saying, I'm not designing the experience, but I'm designing how the system is going to respond, which in turn will make the experience good for the end user. Right? Okay, so I think it's almost time. So I would like to conclude on that note, right? Leaving some food for thought about how you can design for different user groups and achieve creating that good experience for any user group that you're designing for. Okay, so yes, it was a very interactive and interesting session for me. I had a great time and so good to see such an enthusiastic batch. So if you're deciding to take up UX design or whatever you plan to do, right? I think many of you here are college students, right? So whatever you are planning to do, irrespective of whether it's UX design or not, whatever you have planned to do, whatever you're planning to do, hope this session was useful and all the very, very best to you all, right? And you can always get in touch with me or the Wayspire team for any queries, any clarifications, anything that you have, right? So on that note, I would like to wrap up the session and wish you all the very best. Thank you.
Thank you very much, ma'am, for the wonderful session. And for students, please hold on. Please do not leave yet. And we'll be sharing the attendance form and other updates with you. So before that, thank you all for being such an enthusiastic and engaging audience. And before giving you the attendance form and the participation certificate form, I'll just go through our program, what it is, and what is Abhinaya ma'am's role. So just a moment. So firstly, some things about Wayspire. So as you know, at Wayspire, our mission is simple: to help students like you to upskill and launch strong in their industry-ready careers. So we offer some comprehensive learning upskilling programs designed specifically for engineering and management students. So we have over 40 domains right now. So whether your interest lies in UI UX design, full stack web development, or other domains like data science, AI, machine learning, cloud computing, cybersecurity, or maybe in management you have like corporate finance, stock market, HR management. Multiple other domains are there as well. So Wayspire is the place where you can get to know these fields and launch your careers in these as well very strongly. So one of the biggest strengths that we have at Wayspire is that we have collaboration with some of the leading MNCs, global MNCs. So MNCs like Microsoft, Meta, IBM, Unity, Adobe, and several others. So you can take up your programs, learn the field that you want to pursue your career in, and further get certifications from these MNCs plus our own certificates. And we'll also help you out in making your resume, getting some interviews. So opportunities are also given. And the benefit would be that you'll be having real working professionals who will be guiding you, like Abhinaya ma'am. So as ma'am already told that she has 4+ years of experience in the industry in UI UX right now. So you get to learn a lot from mentors who have already made their mark in the industry already. And you get to know nooks and corners that you generally don't get in some courses or when you try to learn from your college professors, because the thing is that you do not generally get to learn the latest tools and the things that they generally miss. So you can get to learn these things. And apart from that, you also get the certificates after completing the program. These are 3-month online training and internship programs. So you get to learn from the mentors. Side by side, they provide you some hands-on projects, real-world projects that you can practice as part of your internship. And after completing both the parts, training and internship, after 3 months, you get completion certificates. So 3 to 6 certificates based on your program mode. So you can get training completion certificates and internship completion certificates that you can use in your resume as work experience of 3 months internship experience. Plus, you get separate certificates for project completion as well. And if the students perform well, those who perform well, they get an outstanding performance certificate and a letter of recommendation as well. Plus, if you have chosen any MNCs, you'll get a separate dashboard from these MNCs and you'll complete their curriculum, take the final test for getting the certification, and then you'll have the sixth certificate from the MNC that you have chosen. So that way you can create a strong portfolio. We also provide placement assistance, in which we provide you some internship or full-time job opportunities from where you can directly apply and land an interview. So we'll also help you out in preparing for these interviews, making the resume, optimizing your LinkedIn profile. However, we can help you out. So all this is available in our program modes. So where various modes are there. So you can check out by visiting our website, or we'll be sharing a Google form as well, through which you can book a free counseling call. So through that, you can fill the form, whichever domain you are interested in. You'll get a free counselor's appointment from our counselors. They'll provide you all the information and the guidance in your careers. Then if you like, then you can enroll in the program as well. Or you can just get to know your fields better so that you have a clear perspective going ahead. Yeah, so form will be shared soon. Both the attendance form, the participation certificate form, and the mentorship program form. So on that note, I would like to finally thank Abhinaya ma'am for giving such a wonderful session and taking time out of her busy schedule. So thank you very much, ma'am.
And thank you, Team Wayspire, for giving me this opportunity. It was great to connect with so many enthusiastic young minds. So I'm looking forward to more such incredible sessions and looking forward to see you all again. Thank you, Anurag and team.
Thank you.
One more thing, students, make sure that you're filling the attendance form. If you're not filling the attendance form, you won't be receiving the certificates. And you'll be receiving the certificates around Wednesday and Thursday on your given email. So make sure whatever details that you are putting are correct details. Like do one check twice before filling the form and submitting it. Okay. So right now I have shared the internship form, training internship form, program form. You can fill it out. If you want the flat discount, you can use a referral code, that is UIUXW40 right now. And I'm also sharing the attendance form as well. So both these forms will be active for the next 10 minutes. So make sure that you're filling both of them. Thank you.